Hi, this is going to be a video for people who are just starting out. There was a new update, well, very recently, there was an update for State of Decay 2. Now, I've been playing this for a couple of years now, basically since it came out. But I've had a few people hop on recently, and, they're new to the game. There's some things they need to know, and it's kind of tough explaining things. So I'm here to explain some basic things. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to start with new game. We'll start from the top. So, I have other games here, of course, of my own, but I'm going to start an empty slot. Now, when you start the game, you can skip the tutorial, but we're going to, for the sake of things, replay the tutorial. That way, it shows what a new player would see. Now, I'd suggest you leave it on standard your first time through. But if you're feeling like you really want a challenge, if you go Dread Zone your first time through, that'll be a challenge for you. Don't even try to attempt Nightmare Lethal your first time. It's just that'll be a joke. But you can go to green if you just want to have fun your first time. But keep in mind, green zone. Well, standard is 0. Okay, green zone you'll use half the resources, and dread zone you'll use like 1.5 of the resources. So let's say you eat one food per day per person. Let's say you have 5 people. That'd be 5 food per day in standard. If you're in green, it'd be 2.5. And if you're in dread, you'd eat 7.5 food per day. And of course, that increases on Nightmare and Lethal. It'd be 10 in Nightmare, and then like 15 or 12.5 in Lethal. So, it's crazy amounts. But I'm going to put it on standard because standard is, standard difficult. Okay, now these you won't see your first time playing. You won't see these, but I'm going to explain them. Okay, if your first time through you play, you have a choice. You get your people to hero status by using them a certain amount, and when you use them a certain amount, they have a leader trait. Now, the leader traits are either sheriff, trader, builder, or warlord. Now, they have different requirements when you play them, which you'll figure out when you play. But your first time through, I tell everybody that I talk to, your first time through, you should go through your people and find a builder as the leader. Now, what a builder will do is when you beat the game, you'll legacy out, and if you have a builder as a leader, the very next game you start, you'll come to this screen here. Of course, you'll probably skip tutorial, and then you'll get to this screen here. You choose the builder boon, and you'll get base wide power and water for free. So that means no fuel cost, and as you'll find, each thing costs a outpost. So you'll have 2 free outposts and no fuel cost if you go with the builder. It's ridiculously overpowered. But the way things are, you're just starting out, so we're going to skip this. I'm not going to choose any of those, so we're going to have a bone stock game. Okay, you have 2 choices. Now you've got these skills here on the left. You see you got cardio, wits, fighting, shooting. Those are your personal skills. Cardio's how much you can run, but cardio also, when you upgrade it, you'll find out once again as you upgrade that to max stars, it then has a second level. You can get it to max stars again. When you get cardio to the first set of max stars, it then turns yellow and it gives you a choice. And it'll have a list of different things that you can choose from. And it's random on each character, but there's like 5 or 6 different traits it could possibly be. So, and each of those has their own special thing to them, and you'll find out as you play. Wits is your searching. When you search things, once again, full bar, yellow bar, there's choices. Fighting has to do with your health, and once again as well, full bar, yellow bar, lots of choices. Shooting obviously has to do with how you handle the gun, firearm sway, reload time, things like that. Now that bottom skill, like he has mechanics. She has nothing. So with her, you can teach her anything you want by getting a book. Now, this of course will go into kind of crossover with the Outpost. But now with this new update, they made it so your Outpost can be upgraded. The only skills you cannot earn with an Outpost, there is a basic set of 8 skills. The only ones you cannot learn are computer and cooking. The other 6 can be earned in-game for influence, at a fairly low cost. Now, what you do, you take over an outpost. I'll show with it, but there's 6 different skills, and mechanics is one you can learn. Or you have craftsmanship. Craftsmanship is also one you can learn. Now, I'm going to go with mechanics, just because, those guys look like douchebags, let's be honest. So we're going to go with mechanics here. Now, I'll let you guys watch the video for yourself, so I'm going to skip through it.
Damn, what is that stuff? It's like its whole body is an open wound.
We should keep moving. No telling how long that gate's gonna last.
So tell me again why this was a good idea.
The army's in here. They've gotta have food.
Okay, and I'll make my way through here. You just learn some basic crap. There's nothing... Oh, you are a jerk.
There shouldn't be zombies inside the fence.
Hey, I thought I turned the sound down, too. Let me fix that real quick. Oh, yeah, I did. I got it turned down good. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I don't want people getting blasted in their ears. So, this is a thing to search. Now, searching will improve your wits. As I said, wits has to do with searching. So, what they want you to do is they want you to search things. Now, your first time through, your people don't have any skills. So, I would suggest do not fast search. Now, if you fast search, I'll show you what happens when you fast search. Just so it's seen. But you hold, Y to search, and then you hold LB and it does a fast search. Now see the noise it made there, and then that brought the zombie over. Now, of course, here there's only a set number of zombies, very small amount. But in a regular game... well, in standard, it's not bad, because the zombies are not terribly tough, but in a regular game... Oh, there, I just broke my bat. In a regular game, you'd have many more zombies. And as you get harder difficulty, Dread Zone, of course, has more, Nightmare, Lethal, so on and so forth. But as you get into that, you get higher in your wit skill, you have less of a chance of a crash, which is what they call it. So, I mean, basically you'll progress and everything will be good. But I'm just gonna fast search because I don't care about these zombies. They're so easy. You just gotta make sure you don't pass anything. You know, in the tutorial, you gotta be pretty thorough. But stuff blinks pretty obviously.
These behind us to go back now.
Oh,
Might as
you
well keep
got 'em.
looking around.
Stuff blinks pretty obviously. It's not hard.
That'll come in handy.
Right there, and I pressed X to equip it. So now you see it on her back. It's equipped. She's good to go. And it just wants you to keep searching for supplies. I don't know if how much you have to search. I don't know if you can just go straight to
Look at that.
the
Even after this
the end point there or not. I really don't know.
Yeah, just like Mom hoped.
I've never tried, so you know, maybe not.
I had a job
And I
and a
pick up the
life,
papers
and
because
my
you can
son-
sell those later.
Somebody had to take care of them.
It's not many points, but it's something.
I'm not
And
giving
once
this
you're
gift.
playing along, you're using the points. Every little point helps. You know, 5, 10, whatever it is. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, see now I go through. So I bet you could just walk straight through, but
What is this place?
for the sake of things, I'm going to show everything.
That's what.
Of course.
And that's part of the story. He has to be attacked.
Looks just like the gooey one we saw outside the gate.
There, and of course, advance, move forward. And once again, I'll search this because you're starting off. You need this stuff.
Red tape.
Shit, this bite's really itching.
You always did.
Okay.
Over every little scratch. Oh my god. What the hell happened here?
Oh, God.
Dead people.
What
Well,
the
let's face it, they're all dead. I mean, they're zombies, of course.
Did it suddenly get really hot?
Maybe we can find you some medicine if we keep looking. That'll come in handy.
Ooh, machete.
Yo, that's a lot of zombies.
Jason's favorite.
We can get past them if we're quiet.
Okay, now they want you to sneak. So what you do is you hold B, you get down, and you crouch. And you just walk along. Now, you can also assassinate zombies. You know, if you're behind them like this, crouched, RT and now there is prompts for executions, but I choose to go with RT and X. I leave it the way it is. I don't care about those zombies. This is the guy you want to kill. This is known as a screamer. Whichever game has something similar. There's where you're going. Ooh, can't get me.
What are you
Okay.
two doing? Not supposed to be any civilians here.
We thought the army might have food. Where did everyone go?
And you can't skip through this. You just gotta listen to them talk.
The
So
army's gone, kiddo. Lucky for you, I stuck around to keep an eye out for anyone.
just
left
kind of
behind.
suffer through it, I guess.
Oh, fuck, I feel terrible. I just want to lay down and die.
Hon, you don't look so good.
My brother was bitten. I think it's infected. Got any medicine?
I've seen this before. You need something special. Go find the doc over at the S&B.
Okay.
Tell him I sent you.
Let's go to swine and bovine. Don't worry about them, they can't get you. Stuck behind the fence, so you're good to go. It'd be really a pain if you had to kill all them.
Hey, there aren't supposed to be any civilians left in the camp. I always knew she was a softie. What do you need?
My brother is sick. I think it might be serious.
Uh-huh. You'd better come with me.
Okay, I'm gonna follow him.
This is like the one that bit me. What's wrong with it?
We call it the blood plague. It's contagious to humans, and it takes you while you're still alive.
Are you saying that's what's gonna happen to me?
Well, probably, but maybe not. Hey, you! Come here.
Okay.
You have a
And once
flashlight?
again, a little bit of mission stuff.
And bring me whatever you find.
He wants you to go in here and search around. Which...
I've been reading
Oh,
blood
and see how dark it is? Another tip. Yeah, they're showing flashlight. Click down on the left stick, of course.
The
It's
army took our lab when they left, but they didn't get everything.
just search. Okay, plague samples. You get those from killing plague zombies. They don't always drop, but they drop often. And on green zone, they're most plentiful. Lethal, they're least plentiful. So sometimes on lethal, you kill 20 zombies and before you get one. But on green, you might get one every other zombie. So it just scales by itself.
No cure? Damn. I'll need an infirmary to culture a new dose.
Hey, Doc, shit's getting bad out there. Thanks to all the noise, the Zeds are swarming the perimeter. This camp is done for. It's time for us to go. All of us.
You know I can't leave Jamie.
If you stay, I gotta stay. Then we both die. Jamie's gone. But this kid still needs your help.
Okay.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
Make it quick. We don't have much time.
Before we go, I need your help. That thing in
Yeah,
the cage,
yeah.
it was a person once.
Let's go.
I tried to reverse the effect.
Listen to
but we ran out of time.
Martinez. Yes,
I
let's
don't
go.
have it in me to do what I should. Maybe you do?
Alright, gives me a gun. You press down to access your inventory. X to equip the gun. And with your guns, you have a secondary and a primary. Secondary, of course, is a pistol type weapon. Primary will be like a rifle or a shotgun. And this is satisfying.
I'm sorry.
Dead zombie.
I hope you're in a better place now.
Listen, I know we've had our problems, but please, don't let me turn into one of those things.
You're my brother. I have your back. Always.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't strong.
Okay.
All right, time to
Come on,
go.
Martinez.
Sister's got the wheel.
Thanks for helping us. Okay, now you hop in.
Good place we could hole up.
RT to accelerate. You just speed off.
So how do we survive without the army around?
We keep going.
And you can't steer or anything. You just
We can survive.
auto drive. For now. Just in the tutorial. La. A little bit of waiting in between these screens, kind of annoying, as you can notice. I've done this quite a few times, so.
Sounds like we're empty again. You better be close.
Okay, and now the tutorial automatically takes you
Pull up here.
to this map. At least that I've noticed. I've seen the tutorial played like 10 times between,
Not much, but
you
it
know,
should
different
be
friends and videos and things, and it always takes you here. This map was actually added a couple updates ago, and I think when they did it, they just
Good to know.
told the tutorial to essentially auto come here.
Truck. This plague shit sucks.
Yes, and you need to take it seriously. Get over to the infirmary, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Infirmary. Maybe that'll fix everything.
yeah, they wanted to press Y, treat plague infection, and you select him to check him in. And then this explains about checking in. It's not important. We're gonna go
I gotta rest up.
take control of her because she's the other main person.
Please tell me he's gonna pull through. He has to.
This isn't as good as having the actual cure, but I should be able to keep his blood plague from getting worse for a while. That is, if we can keep our supply of meds from running out.
Damn it, this isn't fair.
Hey now, don't panic. The doc has this under control.
I know how to make a cure that'll work. That's not the issue. I just need more plague samples. My lab didn't have enough.
I think I saw a place where we can find all the samples you'll need.
Yeah. Not important. Okay, now they want you to go do missions. I'm of course not gonna do missions. I'm gonna explain some basics of the game now. Okay. Push your back button. Comes up with your main menu. You've of course got your map. And in the map, well, they used to, let's just put it this way, they used to mark the plague hearts. The plague hearts are the real bad areas. But they don't auto-mark those anymore. Which gives you a little bit more of a challenge. But, RB and LB through, so you go RB to community. Now, remember I told you about, he had mechanics, she had nothing in her 5th skill. Well, Martinez has medicine. So, of course, you know, being a doctor, of course he has medicine. And she has nothing. So, she will be able to go to an outpost and equip a skill just as your main character will be able to. Now, I want to tell you about the base screen a little bit. See on the right side there at the top, you have outposts. When you start, you have 2. And your command center is where the outposts come from. Now, you have on the left side of your screen, you can see that's food, meds, ammo, materials, fuel. Materials is what you need to upgrade any of these facilities at your base. So, the command center, you see that arrow that points up? That's the upgrade. But you can't, of course, do it because you only have 2 materials. That's by far not enough. Now your infirmary, once again, well, that says 6 materials to upgrade, but infirmary can go to level 3. Command center goes to level 3. Firewatch tower is built in, but you can add a mod, which I'll explain mods. But I'll explain them after we go through basics. Same as storage, there's a mod, but you can upgrade the storage. You can upgrade it to level 2, But then you upgrade it again. There's special things you could do to add food and meds or ammo and fuel, or you can add just extra construction storage. It's basically set up for the way you want to play, whichever resource you want to keep the most of. Because as you see there, it says passives 25 storage to all resources. That means that number, it's over here on the left side of the screen. The basic level 1 storage will let you keep 25 of each of those without anything breaking or disappearing or whatever, which happens time to time. Things will break and your people will complain. But you upgrade this to level 2, it becomes 35 storage to all resources. But I'd suggest you don't upgrade it until you have to, because 25 is quite a bit. Starting off. And once again, with construction materials, more building. You'll have empty spaces. Now, each base has a different amount of empty spaces. But we'll go to this one here. Now, the ones that are lit up are small slots. And both of these slots are outdoor. It says one of them's outdoor, one of them's a covered. Outdoor spaces will only let you do things that say requirement outdoor. So that's indoor or outdoor, indoor or outdoor. These take large slots, so you cannot put those there. A sheltered bed requires indoor, so you can't use that even though it's a small slot. So you'd have to build outdoor beds, which gives you a morale penalty, which on an easy difficulty, not very important. Infirmary, you already have one, so you can't build that. Barracks is large slot. Large garden, large slot. You have regular garden, still, which requires chemistry. And you have something called hydroponics, which you'll need water and power for. But this is food production, essentially. But you can also, with a hydroponics or garden, if you get the right skills, you can transform it to med production per day. So you could have, let's say, two gardens. So you'd provide food with one, meds with the other. Something you won't probably use your first time through, but they're fun after you're playing your second time through. Fighting gyms train fighting, shooting trains shooting. Toilet's just a morale boost. And then a lounge, of course, takes a large slot. Now, the Haven device is a new thing, which it's only available on the one map as of right now, so that's not important. Solar array requires a large slot. Now, your first time through, you don't have that builder boon, so you do not have free water and power. So I could even just say, forget about food production. We've got an infirmary. Let's build a... Oops, sorry. No, it has to be regular outdoor space. Let's build a rain collector. And then you got free base-wide power. Or, free base-wide water. Let's build a generator. You get base-wide power. But with a generator, you have a fuel cost in order to run it. But I'd suggest neither one of those first time through. You're going to take over outposts for power and water. That's really the only way to do it good. Then, of course, there's a watchtower. You can upgrade that to level 2. Reduces threat. They'll kill zombies that are nearby. And these leader projects have to do with your leader. So as I said, builder would be your leader. The builder has a special one for sniper cover, and it of course needs a large slot, which you don't have at this base. And if you check out the multiplayer for this, which their next update they were talking about doing a new type of multiplayer mode. But multiplayer mode is for, it's called Daybreak, and you play as Red Talon, you kill hordes. It's similar to a horde mode, but it's different. It's hard to explain, you have to play it yourself. But these facilities are far superior to your ones you could build in the regular base. Now that's for this outdoor space. Now for the covered space, see, you can't build outdoor beds. You can now build sheltered beds, which don't cost or don't have a morale penalty. You can't build any of these because they're outdoor, but hydroponics can be in or out. Can't build a latrine indoors. And you can't do any of this stuff indoors. So, your best bet when you're doing facilities is your indoor ones. You want to put a workshop. The infirmary can go indoor, outdoor. It really doesn't matter, but probably indoor with the infirmary as well, because you want the outdoor slots for other things. Now, once again, large stuff outdoor. Indoor, outdoor, doesn't matter. And the Red Town bunk room's an indoor item as well. But once again, I said that's not very important right now. But workshop, kitchen, infirmary, hydroponics, indoor. And maybe you'll build the sheltered beds indoor. But this one, even though it's outdoor space, it has that cover over it, so basically protects it from theoretical rain. It never does rain in the game, but let's just pretend it rains, I guess is how it works. So, moving on to the second thing, which is your community. I've already kind of explained their skills. You can see you have 4 people in your community. 1 is in the infirmary, so that middle thing is labor. You only have access to 3 people for labor. And the last one is available beds. So you have 4 beds here. But you have 4 people. So basically you have 0 extra beds. But since you've got 1 person in the infirmary, you have 1 free bed for right now. If you go to negative beds, it's a morale penalty. And it's not very important in easy difficulties, but it's super important in the harders. Cheerful morale, it just means that they don't have a lot of bad things going yet. The only bad thing going is blood plague. Not a big deal. And then your active effects explains what does what. It shows that Joe has mechanics, Martinez has medicine, and then it just says what your infirmary does, tells you what the base facilities do. Now, the threat level is based on the noise at your base. Now, the more people you get, the higher your base level threat will be. And the amount of people you get, that threat level can't be changed. It can be mitigated through certain things, but it can't be changed. Now, when you go to build a facility, it'll cause a certain amount of risk to be added to that bar. And then you build a level, you upgrade it to level 2, whatever. It's just a set amount. Now, if you try to build 2 things at the same time, then it adds even more to the risk. And just simply upgrading or building brand new both cause sound. So if you combine your sound from your natural amount of people at the base, then you combine it with two projects going on, your threat risk might be, halfway up the bar. But right now, you're within that first bar, so it's minimal, and minimal means we make little noise, draw enough but not enough to draw in Zids. So minimal risk, you don't have enough to draw things in on standard. Now on lethal, it still can draw things in, but once again, not what we're on. But your passive noise, like I said, can't be changed. Passive noise from the population. And right now it's 4 because you only have 4 people. But let's say you get to 10 threat sources, so that'd be the middle. So the beginning is minimal risk. The middle is siege risk. Or the middle is, I think it's called possible attack. And then if you get into that third bar, it's siege risk. Now with siege risk, they'll just send like 20 or 30 zombies towards you. And if you're in standard, it's easier. Nightmare and lethal, of course, it's ridiculous. Okay, so that I think is everything to explain for the base. So I'm going to explain the outpost now. Now your outpost, as I said, you're going to want, your first time through, you're going to want water and power. But your outpost, you're limited by the number you have, but can be upgraded through the command center, as I said. You can upgrade to level 3. And once you upgrade to level 2, you don't need power to upgrade to level 2. I don't remember. It's been a while. But you can upgrade to level 2, and then once you hit level 2, you can put in a mod. And there's like signal antennas and satellite dishes you can put in, which give you extra outposts. They're not impossible to find, but they're kind of tough. But if you open your map, you'll see all these buildings here. Now there's bases, which are these ones here that look like a little castle, and you have bases in certain parts. Like there's a base here, one here, your starter one. Base down here. Base over here. So they're scattered through the map. Now we're gonna go out here. I'm not searching for gas right now. Oh, and some of these trucks will have things you can search for. We'll just do it. Okay, parts. Who cares? Okay. We're gonna go down. Oh. I didn't realize there's plague zombies there. Well, that's kind of rough.
This is it. Okay. I'm not letting you down. Not like I let Mom down.
Okay, we're gonna go around that for right now. We're not gonna do that. There, my cardio went up because I was running. We're gonna go in here.
No more Z's in here.
Clear this out. Okay. Now you see how it's gray? That's because I went into the building, searched all of its locations, which the gas station only has one. Now, you have up in the top left, it says, potential fuel outpost, site can be claimed, because now, of course, they searched it, so site can be claimed. It may contain gas, And that little gas bar, that's for that top bar there. That's for your primary resources. So at a gas station, you're likely to find gas. At a restaurant, you're likely to find food. At a med clinic, you're likely to find meds. You get it, so on and so forth. Now, we come over here, go to claim outpost. Each outpost costs a certain amount. So, this outpost is 300. I believe they're all 300 level 1. But you'll see on the right side, well, it explains it on the left. While claimed provides fuel, increased fuel outcome. If you upgrade it, teach a survivor mechanics or improve. And there's the two skills that will be in yellow after base mechanics, auto mechanics, and engineering. But it also has a higher amount of fuel collected. You get 1 per day in level 1, 2 per day in level 2, and you guessed it, 3 per day in level 3. Now, when you start at level 1, 300 points to buy it. If you go to upgrade it, I think it costs 500 to upgrade. And then you'll have like a little book, and you can learn mechanics, and it costs a certain amount to learn mechanics. But what you do is you come over to your survivors and you say, oh, who's got an empty slot? She has an empty slot. Now, I already have mechanics, so of course I wouldn't do that. But if I wanted her to learn mechanics, since she has an empty slot, I can come here, claim the outpost for 300, get fuel income, upgrade it to level 2 for, I believe, 500 more, and then get 2 fuel per day, so a total of 800 influence for 2 fuel per day, and the ability to learn mechanics. So then you take that person who's empty, access the outpost on site, and a little icon for learn mechanics will be there. You just say learn mechanics, and now she has the base level skill. Now to show you it, just be a little oh, I can't. These are red. Never mind. I was going to say I'll show you the food one. Red ones mean they're taken over by a plague heart, and you cannot take it as a base.
My skin is crawling. Must be a plague heart nearby.
Which is kind of annoying because I was going to show you how this worked. See, site not secure, plague territory. But it's the same thing. If it's a gardening one, you have an opportunity to upgrade to level 2, and you can learn gardening. Now, as I said when I started this, which I know is a long time ago, maybe it's forgotten, the only 2 skills you cannot learn from Outposts is computer and cooking. Cooking, of course, isn't very important to any primary abilities, but it works with the kitchen and a couple other facilities later on. So if you have a kitchen later on, that helps. Oh, actually, I've got a food one here I can show you. I'm sorry about that. I'm not paying attention. See, once again, outposts. See, now this one, you get food production, but you can learn gardening at level 2. Each one's the same. It shows you the same thing, just different skill. All the gas stations are gas. All the food places are food. All the medical are meds. Now, that should get you going. Just keep in mind what skills you have. You don't want 2 people with mechanics or 2 people with medicine, because it's kind of pointless. I mean, you have 8 base skills, and on standard difficulty, you can get 8 people. You go out and you do missions, you find 8 people. So you could do each of the 8 primary skills, one on each slot. So then you could basically do everything. All the basic stuff. And once again, they just cost materials. Materials are the most important thing in here, but they're really not hard to get. When you start off, it seems like things are going to be real tough. But you get in an hour or 2 into the game, and it becomes far less of a problem. Also, you learn how to play better, which makes things easier. Which is why some people may decide they want more of a more difficult experience so they can start with Dread. But I would recommend Standard. So I'm going to end it there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for hanging along with me. Appreciate it.